thank all of the staff members at Mount Diablo High School who gave their time last Tuesday and Thursday to come to input sessions and provide us with input. I'd like to thank the administrative team for listening to that input and being thoughtful around it. You know, personally, as an outsider looking at this process, I'm encouraged because I see a group of adults that truly care about the kids at Mount Diablo High School and truly want to meet their needs. And I find that very encouraging. I wanted to, I'll talk about the process now. Doris Avalos and Julie Braun-Martin went out there last Tuesday and Thursday and spent the day. I'd also like to thank Mike for being there and observing the process. Basically, we supplied subs, so the teachers all had a 2-hour block of time or a 2-period block of time. And they came in, and Julie found this process called crumpled paper. And basically, the teachers had an opportunity to write down their thoughts around what they saw going well at the school, where there are areas of concerns, and how they might suggest addressing those areas of concern. And then they basically crumpled up the piece of paper and threw it into a trash can. And then, or a bot, well, not a trash can, but something, threw it into a basket. And then basically they pulled them out one at a time, and they basically charted all of the information that were on those sheets, and they just reviewed it with the people in the room to ensure that what they were writing down was what people were wanting to share. And then, just to assure everybody of the level of confidentiality, because we wanted to have people feel that their input was confidential, we actually then went through and shredded in front of them all of their input sheets. So Doris and Julie have taken several days to collate all of that information and break it into themes and categories that seem to come out from it. And now we're sharing it with the team, and it will be shared with the teachers at the site. And we're working with the team and challenge the team to come up with plans that address some of these major themes. And then, fortunately, we have as a professional growth day next Monday, the 30th, in the morning. We were going to take those back and basically do you can call it a gallery walk. Basically, we have five major areas that we found need to be addressed, and the team is developing draft plans to then share out with the site. And since there's 90 staff members, again, breaking it down, what we found is it seemed like people were more comfortable in the small group to share their voice and provide input. And so we were thinking of doing the same type of process in that the plans would be shared out on how these 5 different areas were going to be addressed. The draft plans, I want to focus on the fact that these are draft plans. We're wanting and looking for staff input to solidify the plans, and so then we just have them in 5 different classrooms. So groups of approximately 18 people would travel from one room to room, be given about 20 to 25 minutes on one plan at that time, travel to the next room, see what other people have provided in input, be given a chance to provide input on that one. So they get to go to all 5 rooms, see the input, see the plan, provide input, and then those plans would be solidified with that input and written up and then provided back to the staff, and so that everybody understands how these different areas are going to be addressed and how people can be I guess held accountable to the issues that have been identified and how they'll be addressed on the staff. And then, working with Doris. Doris has already been out there several times, and she's going to continue to support the administrative team out there for the remainder of the spring. We're fortunate to have somebody with her level of expertise, and she'll be out there. And as we go through the spring, we'll identify ways to gather input again from the staff to determine whether or not the plans are being implemented and whether or not the plans are meeting the identified areas and needs. And so that is the overall process that we're currently going through, and we plan on going through.
I'm going to do public comment before we have any board discussion on the plan. We have 11 cards up here, 9 cards up here so far. So first one is Mike Langley.
is Mike Langley. I'm president of the Mount Diablo Education Association. President Whitmarsh, members of the board, Superintendent Lawrence, council, and community members. The layers of difficulties at Mount Diablo High School must be addressed by the board and the district administration. We acknowledge that bringing this to a public forum is a positive step in meeting the needs of all stakeholders. We understand that this is not to be done in haste. The difficulties have not suddenly occurred. And the vote by the faculty of Mount Diablo High was not an isolated incident triggered by a single event. Solutions will be best found by a thoughtful review and a meaningful plan to remedy the underlying conflicts and dysfunctions. We've been told that the board will not rush to judgment simply because the faculty went public with their frustration, and we support your caution. However, if the board and administration circle wagons and say they can't appear to bow to a vocal majority, even if action is warranted, we will withdraw support for the process. Staying the course because a change would admit to past errors is not only foolish, but is destructive to the process of education at any school heading toward the shoal waters of conflict. One last concern. As the discovery process moves forward with deliberation, current site policies and changes that may impair vital programs may continue. It is imperative that site administration be directed to postpone the massive restructuring until all consequences, intended and unintended, are identified and evaluated as to their effect on the most important stakeholders, the students.